Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at the 10 most common reasons why people fail the test. You might be surprised a little. My bet is a lot of you are thinking which order the manoeuvres are going to come in. Just before we start, these are from my experiences with my pupils over 18 years plus of being an instructor. I've also asked my local examiner. I gave him the particular subjects and the faults and asked him for the first thing that came into his head, just to really clarify my opinion. There are other faults that you can do to fail your test in these areas, but these are just examples. Number 10. How you respond to signals, signs in particular. So, let's have a look at what people do wrong with responding to signs. This junction, pretty obvious if I point it out to you. What have we got to do? We've got to stop. And people won't actually physically stop. They might creep a little, but that's not stopping. And that's going to fail your test. Number 9. Reverse parking, control. This can be reverse parking into a bay, where you end up going over a line. I'm not going to go into detail now, but this is often a look fault also. Faults can also happen with parallel parking. You might touch or go on a curb. Number 8. How you respond to signals, traffic lights in particular. So, responding to traffic lights. This shouldn't be too difficult. At the end of the day, all we've got is a red, an amber, and a green light. What causes so many problems with this? Let me show you. Every single set of traffic lights, you've got to be ready for them to change. Know who's behind you, know who's around, understand how the traffic light sensors work, and be ready for them changing. They're not difficult if you pay attention. Most people have problems because, again, they just stare at the floor. They don't see, they don't look enough. This shouldn't be as difficult as some people make it. Number 7. How you move off under control. How you move off with control in mind. To be honest, it could be selecting the wrong gear. That happens quite commonly. But to be honest, there are a load of instructors out there who actually just use the clutch pedal to get their pupils to move off. There's no coordination between the use of the clutch and the use of the gas. What pupils tend to do, they'll come to a stop with their foot on the clutch, they'll be braking, and then they'll try to lift the clutch up with their foot still on the brake pedal. All this is going to do is push your car to a stall, and then it's going to cut out. This is more likely to happen on your driving test. So come on, instructors, stop letting your pupils down, teach them how to coordinate their feet properly. Use your gas, then start finding your bite. Number 6. Positioning in normal driving. Two simple words: lane discipline. People stare down at the right hand side near the centre line of the road because they're worried about the oncoming cars, and that forces people always to choose a lane to the right rather than being where they should be most of the time, to the left. Number 5. How you move off safely. Checking blind spots is really important, and without blind spots you can't move away safely. After doing an emergency stop, people don't check everywhere, both sides, before moving off. Number 4. Junctions. Turning right. Generally, turning right at junctions, you're going to be in the wrong place. And this is also not looking. People won't have seen that it's a one-way street, and they'll try and do their right turn from here. Absolute classic. Number 3. Control of your steering. Steering's quite high up on the list, and again, it's all about where you look. What people can do is either steer too late and they'll end up going really, really wide. They'll go way over the centre line when they're doing a turn. Or they could steer too early and bump over the curb. Number 2. Mirrors when changing direction. So, mirrors direction. This could be someone just swerving away from something in the road, a pothole, a pedestrian that they don't like, and if you don't look, that's dangerous. What you need to do when you're using your mirrors to change direction is look effectively. Don't forget to look in front as well as your mirror. Don't cause any inconvenience, and change what you're doing to suit what you're seeing. And the number 1 fault is junctions and observation. So here we are at number 1. Junctions, observation. There's been that theme throughout, to be honest, about looking, about seeing. And junctions, people always let themselves down. My pupils in particular tend to look over the front of the bonnet, and I'm sure everyone in the country does the same thing when they're learning. Quite simply, I'm coming to this junction, I haven't looked yet, I'm staring over the front. How can I actually find out what's going on? You need to look for your best view. You need to lean, you need to look quickly, and don't just stare at the first car that you see. You've got to look past 10 seconds, both sides, and try and find your safe gap to emerge. It doesn't just have to be at T-junctions like we just did. It can be at any junction whatsoever. Roundabouts, crossroads, the works. Look properly and keep safe. Did that surprise you a little? Are you one of those people who goes on to your instructor, I need to manoeuvre, I need to manoeuvre. I've only done 10 lessons and I've done no manoeuvres. Hopefully now you'll understand it's not about manoeuvring, it's about observing. Thanks for watching.